all familiar with the 1991 movie Point Break with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze, but did you know that we could have gotten, like, a continuation of that? Let me explain. Over a decade ago, there was talk of a possible sequel called Point Break Indo. More on that in a minute. So there was going to be a sequel. That project never came together, but the movie's writer, Peter W. Ilf, appeared on the latest episode of the Script Apart podcast and revealed that he has written a Point Break TV show that revolves around the daughter of Johnny Utah, the undercover agent played by Kiki. So, there's basically the plot for the show is that Johnny Utah went missing, and his daughter's an Olympic snowboarder who blew out her knee, and it led her down a path of extreme of fast cars, painkillers, and addiction. And then she's sober and joins the FBI. Here there's more to it, I guess. So, Johnny Utah has been missing. His body has not been found. He's been reported dead for years. There's a mystery around where he is, and you're going to find out. He's not dead. There's a bigger story that evolves around that, while she gets involved in this eco-terrorist movement, which of course is now a big thing. There's two sides to the movement. There are those who are trying to get corporations to do the right thing and save our planet, and there are those who put a gun in their hand and maybe rob a bank to fund their more violent approach. The FBI is after these people. She's sent to go deeper undercover with this group, and it's the same question as in Point Break, which side of the badger you on. The writer also explained that this movie's equivalent of Patrick Swayze's Bodhi, the bank-robbing guru who lured Johnny Utah into the dark side with his sheer charisma and sexual energy, yeah, they did have some weird homosexual tension there, is a solo mental climber named Cypress. Having that role be played by a member of the opposite sex radically changes the dynamic between those archetypical characters, and since the homoerotic energy of Point Break is essential to why it works so well, I'm not sure that switching things up will play quite as well. There's also a big twist that's built into the story, but we did listen to the episode to get into that, and we don't really know why it might not happen. Unfortunately for us fans, breakers. That's the name of Point Break fans. Alright, this person came up with that name. Alright, this TV sequel might not ever come to fruition, at least not with the Point Break name attached to it. The reason? The 2015 remake. They made an offer to Keanu to executive produce this television series, not to star in it, just to executive produce. But Keanu's busy. He's just in Matrix 4. He's doing John Wick 4 and 5 back to back. That, is complicated. We'll get into that later. He's a busy man, so we can't get his commitment. So I can't get Alcone Entertainment to do this. So I might have to retitle it to something else. The title I have is The Wild Side. I renamed the characters, but in our hearts, we know it's a continuation of the Point Break story. Utah, give me two. If the sequel show ends up disappearing on a giant wave like Bodhi at the end of the original movie, it wouldn't be the first time a continuation of Point Break wiped out. Back in 2007, a sequel titled Point Break Indo was reportedly in the works, which would have revealed that Bodhi actually survived that 50-year storm and got back in robbing banks. Here's an old synopsis for it. When Billy Dalton, military special ops and star surfer, is disqualified from a pro surfing tour, he takes off for the coast of Bali looking for the perfect wave. While there, he's recruited by a private security force who are trying to find a gang known as the Bush administration, surfing outlaws and modern-day pirates who look like the ex-president, a bank-robbing crew from Malibu 20 years ago. Swayze was supposed to come back, no Keanu this time, and Jan de Bont was direct-to-attached. He directed Twister. But by 2009, the movie seemed to have fallen apart, and tragically, Patrick Swayze died. So, what do you guys think of this? Let me know. Could a Point Break show work? Maybe. I just mentioned that John Wick 5, so wait for that. I'll see you all later.